Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here pushing this truth and sincerity. For what y'all do, we love you. We appreciate you through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and Shalom to y'all. This is your brother Dabadad from the Great Millstone Camp in Atlanta. Lord willing to give you an edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. If you're watching this now, you are a so-called Black, Native American, or Latino man and woman. You are a Hebrew Israelite according to the Holy Bible. You will not find Black, Native American, or Latino in the Bible. If you don't look like a so-called Black, Native American, or Latino man or woman, but you feel like this is the truth and it resonates with your spirit, there's a good possibility that you could be a Hebrew Israelite. It does not matter what you look like. It does not matter what color your skin is. It only matters that your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob had his name later changed to Israel. Israel in the Hebrew is Yasharallah, meaning he is the prince of the power. All right. Now, sometimes you might be scrolling across these different social media platforms and whatnot. And a lot of times what you'll see is more and more death. And even though it has always been a large amount of deaths, murders and, tortures and all types of crucial things, you've never really seen it like on a scale as it is now, right? And a lot of that is due, simply because, we have cell phones, right in our pockets. Cameras in our pockets. Everything's recorded and uploaded into the internet. But mainly it's due because we're in the time for that. Now, the scriptures tell us that there's a time for and a season for everything. There's a time for peace. There's a time for war. There's a time for love. There's time for, laughter and all types of things. But right now, since we are at the end and we know Jacob's trouble is here, pretty much, right? We're knocking on the door. Then you're going to see more and more death and destruction. Now, brothers are sharing a story of a young man who's, I guess, in prison now for having 14 murders happen that he committed within a span of 14 months, which is it's a dead body every month for that kid. But he's a young man. And then I actually seen a few videos on the same young man from North Carolina who is, he's just 16 years old, and he murdered another teenager that was about 16 years old. All right, and you see all these different, murders happening and whatnot. And, the scriptures tell us that in these days, we will see a lot of that, and that's just the beginning of it. But this is Matthew 24. In verse 12, it says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." Whew. Now, the scriptures tell us after verse 12, it says 13 here, "But he that shall endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved." Now, when it says endure to the end, it's telling you that, you have faith and patience, and if you're part of the elect, right? But verse 12 is telling us this is the type of hell that you're going to be faced with. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. There's going to be plenty of people trying to take your head off in that day, man. Or it may not be. But just beware that these are the possibilities that can happen, man. We reading these different articles and we're seeing these different stories on the news and whatnot. You got kids out here that's doing this, man. But why? Because and we're going to get into that in Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, because in those days, this is the stuff that was promised. This is the stuff that was prophesied. And we've been prophesying this for a very long time. And now you start seeing it rampant more and more and more. Now, you might think, hey, well, it was happening in the 80s, happened in the 90s and 2000s. Yeah, man. But now it's being televised. Now it's on these different social media platforms. Now it's on these different social media outlets. You got children that can see this ish. So what's going to happen is they're going to get in that spirit, man. More and more, they're going to see that stuff. It's going to influence them, because children are impressionable, man. They're going to see these things and they're going to, and you got wicked people out there who might see this stuff and say, hey, I want to do that shit. I've had somebody say that to me one time. They saw the movie Hostel and they're like, hey, I want to do stuff like that. And they were dead ass serious. But let's get that in Ecclesiasticus. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and verse, let's see. We'll start at verse 27. It says, all of these things are for good to the godly. So the sinners, they are turned to evil. And you remember when, you MFers asked for Yahweh's blood to be on yours and your children's. Do you remember that? So, well, there's a debt that needs to be repaid. And, you did say that. So now he's taking a lot of your children from you. He's taking you from you or you from your children. Like you see what happened with Emmett Till and, Tulsa, Oklahoma and all these different, Rosewood and Seneca Valley. You see all that, death and destruction that happened. That was from you, MFers, talking about let his blood be upon us and our children. So now the Lord is coming to repay that. You see? That's why you got teenagers out there killing each other. So you got teenagers out there doing these types of things. 14 murders in 14 months. It's unheard of, man. That's a lot of blood, man. And now you see why this world has to be destroyed, or this kingdom. Scriptures tell us that no flesh, except the days be shortened, that no flesh shall be saved. Right? Except the days be shortened. So how is God going to come back and set the world in order, man? You got these, what they call YNs out there, or crash outs. They call them crash outs. They crash out on everybody, man. You can't even beat the horn, tell the MFer to go because, hey, man, it's a green light. He might take that the wrong way. You hear stories about people saying that somebody murdered, and this is real. I'm not saying people saying it's on the news. It's the real stuff. Someone killed someone in Atlanta because they put too much mayonnaise or something like that on their sandwich in Subway. Or at least that was, the I guess some words might have been exchanged afterwards, but still, just petty stuff, man. Ecclesiasticus, or also known as Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 28 now. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance. Let that sink into you. Let that sink in. Think about that for a second. I'm reading it again. It says, Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28 says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance. The Most High has literally has spirits especially made to jump on, have demons jump on to men and women and children nowadays in order for them to create havoc amongst the communities out there in the world. Just go on Twitter, man. Just go on Twitter and just start scrolling. You're eventually going to see a damn death video, man. Just go on World Star Hip Hop, man. You know what? Sometimes you just go on YouTube and it's there. You might have to hit the age of consent button, or the graphic consent button. But, sometimes you don't even have to see that. And they're just showing you pictures of people being destroyed, man. It says there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Now, when you read Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7, I believe it is, I can go to it. It says, I create the light and create darkness. right? Let me see. We're going to go to that. Let's read. Verse 29 said, fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked destruction. Now we know the sword, a modern day sword, is a gun, man. And that's a lot of stuff that you see. You know what I'm saying? You know, but it says the teeth of wild beasts, these YNs and these crash outs. You know, teeth is representation of power, or, you know, a murder instrument, you know, a bullet. You know, teeth of wild beasts. These people are wild beasts, man. Right? And these women had these ravenous wolves, man. Scripture tells us that they bring forth monsters, man. These women, because they do. You know, in the video, the kid from North Carolina was crying. He was like, "Mama, I love you." He ain't say nothing about his father. Father not in the picture, right? These women are raising wild animals out here, right? It says fire and hell and famine and death, and all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts. These MFers are wild beasts. It says a scorpion, serpents. Scorpions sting with their tails, man. Serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked destruction. So you MFers are not innocent. The scriptures tell us whoever perished being innocent, and where were the righteous cut off. You know? Where were the righteous cut off, man? So remember, you said, let his blood be upon me, us and our children. You said that, man. So be prepared to deal, you know, to make good on that repayment, man. Now, those of you that are sincere, get right with the Lord, man. The time is short. You have to push Passat, which is the Passover coming up. This may very well be the last Passover. The windows of mercy are shutting. You only have a small amount of time to get ready. When you read Isaiah 55, verse 6, it says, seek the Lord, Yahweh, while he may be found. While he may be found, while we're still out there prophesying, because soon going to come that we're not going to be out there no more, and it's going to be too late. So Lord willing, you was edified. This has been a quick lesson about the vengeance and the hate that you see going on in today's world, and Lord willing, it sheds some light of what's going on. All right, so have no fear, because this is all because of the Lord. So that I want to end it off by giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Rachakadash. Double honors to our apostles, the elders, the great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and shalom to y'all.